everybody, welcome back to my channel. So my last video that I filmed was a what I ate today video as a vegan, and I hope you all enjoyed that. So today's video I thought I would film an updated skincare routine for 2018. I put a poll on Instagram and a few of you liked my picture or voted and said that you'd like to see this, so this is what I'm going to do. I've also written a blog post about my skincare routine, which I'll leave a link to my blog in the description bar below for you all. My skincare has changed, I'd say in the last 6 months or so. I'm just have to say that I'm a massive skincare addict. So some women love shoes, some women love bags and clothes. I love makeup and skincare and could spend all my money on the latest skincare. However, last week I came down with this horrible cold that's been going around since like September last year, and it made my skin really dry, especially like around my eyes and my eyelids. Obviously I'm wearing quite a heavy eye makeup today, and I do have to say that my eyes are a lot better since doing my new skincare. So I set myself, I went out to look for a new skincare regime, and I wanted to look for something that was natural, that didn't contain any parabens or any nasty chemicals or anything like that, and that was suitable for dehydrated, sensitive and acne prone skin, because I do get acne. Well, I wouldn't call it acne, I'd call it spots, but I get quite a few around here. Mainly that's the main area where I get them. Obviously I know that's down to hormones. And then I have like an oily T-zone and dry cheeks. However, since I've had this virus, my whole skin has become very dehydrated and dry. Yes, I have been drinking a lot of water. I drink about 1 litre to 2 litres a day. So I know I'm getting enough water in my system. So the skincare products that I've found, I used to use them a couple of years ago, and it's a French company called Avène, I don't know if I'm pronounced that correctly, and they have a whole skincare range that is natural products that don't contain soap, don't contain parabens and other things, I think. I've done a little bit of research into it, and I know when I used to use these products before, they really worked for my skin. They cleared my skin up. They were really sensitive, so my skin didn't react, and I really enjoyed using them. So I'm gonna do a little like chatty makeup routine with you all. So I'll show you what I used to take my makeup off with, and then what I cleanse, tone, moisturize, all that jazz in the evening, and then I'll do a skincare routine that I do in the morning. Just a little disclaimer, I'm not sponsored by any of the products that I'm mentioning. I just wanted to show you all what I've been using, and the Avène products I loved a couple of years ago. I stopped using them because I think I couldn't afford to buy them, and now I've got them and I'm just gonna buy them. I'm going to hopefully keep on top of them and keep organised a little bit better with them. But they really worked for my skin, and they're really good. And there's a couple of new products in there that I've never used before that have absolutely worked wonders, especially one cream that I use at night, which I would swear down to for dry skin. It is amazing, and my dry skin felt a lot better after using this for a couple of days, so that's great. So the next clip you will see is me taking off this makeup, so I will fast forward onto that, so I'll see you in a sec. Hi everyone, so the first thing I do is I start by taking off my false eyelashes. I don't wear false eyelashes every day, I just wore them today in this instance, and then I use just simple coconut oil to remove my makeup, and I use this all the time. I don't use anything else to remove my makeup apart from coconut oil, and I think I applied a bit too much today because it literally went everywhere. I recommend just like literally the size of a 5p piece will take off all your makeup. Then using a warm damp flannel, I just remove all the excess, and it is so good to remove your makeup, even your eye makeup as well. Then I move on to a cleanser, and this is by Avène, and it's the Blemish Prone, like Blemish Control range, and I lather it up in my hands and then massage it all over my face, including my neck area as well, and that just gives me a double cleanse. And again, using a warm damp flannel, I just wipe off all the excess on my skin. Then I towel dry my face and just take all the rest of the moisture off, and then I will be moving on to the next step. So I've just got out of the shower and obviously washed my hair, so now I'm going to be moving on to a toner, and this is again by Avène, and it's part of the Blemish Control range, and I apply a bit onto 2 cotton pads and then wipe it all over my face as an extra, just well, as a toner, and I've been using it for a couple of weeks now and it's definitely worked. And then I use this lovely eye toner, Eye Bright Toner by Liz Earle, because my eyelids have been extremely dry and quite sore lately. So I used 2 cotton pads and gently rub it over my eyes, and it's so cooling and refreshing, and it's definitely been helping. Next, moving on to a serum, and this again is part of the Avène Blemish Control range, and I mainly concentrate this on my T-zone area where I get most of my acne or spots problems, and I just rub that in and allow that to soak in throughout the night. And then for my cheeks, I use the No. 7 Overnight Boosting Serum, and I apply this mainly on my cheek area, but if the rest of my skin's looking a bit dull, then I apply it all over. Once that's done, I use this hyaluronic acid. I can never say that. It's a spritzing spray, and it just is meant to add more moisture to the skin, and I got that from Superdrug. And while that's soaking in, I just use a Nivea lip balm, as I always use a lip balm at night to hydrate my lips. And then once that's all soaked in, I use this Cetaphil body and face cream, and it's designed for sensitive skin. And ever since I've been using it, which has been a couple of weeks now, my skin has really regained moisture. It's not as dry as it was, and it just feels so nice, and it's great. And I got that from Superdrug as well. Next, we're moving on to this Avène Eye Contouring Eye Cream, and like I've said, my eyes have been very sore and quite dry lately, so I apply a bit to my ring fingers, and very gently I just apply it all around the skin around my eyes, and that's my nighttime routine done. So I allow the cream, I put a lot of the cream on, and I use it as like a sleeping mask and let that sink in overnight. So obviously now it's morning, and the first thing I'm going to be doing is just wetting my face slightly so that I can apply the cleanser so it goes on better. And the cleanser that I'm using is the same one from the night before, which is by Avène, the Blemish Controls range. And again, lathering it up in my hands, I then massage it all over my skin, and then using a warm damp flannel like I did in the night routine, I just remove it. And then using a towel just to take away the excess moisture. Then going in with the same toner that I used last night, which is the Avène Cleanse toner for Blemish Control Skin. And again, 2 cotton pads, and I apply this all over my skin and neck area, because that's where I get the most problems. Then moving on to that Liz Earle Eye Bright Toner again, and again very gently I apply it to 2 cotton pads, and I just rub it all around my eyes, and it's so lovely in the morning because it's cooling and it just definitely wakes you up for the day. And then once that's done, I go on to this serum here, which again is by Avène, and it's the Blemish Control range, and I apply this. Sometimes I tend to do it on my T-zone, but today it looks like I'm doing it quite all over my skin really, but I concentrate on my T-zone especially. Then the other thing I've been using recently is a sunscreen, and I've picked this up from Avane as well. It's Factor 50, and this is the first time I've been using a sunscreen. I should have been using one like a long time ago, but because I have obviously very pale skin, but I've definitely been using this every single morning before I put my makeup on to protect my skin. Once that's done, I then apply this lovely hydrating moisturiser by Avane. This is not part of the blemish control range, this is part of the hydrating range, and it's definitely really nice and hydrating. It doesn't make my skin feel tight or sore throughout the day, and I've really been enjoying it. And then finally, to finish off with my skincare, I use the same eye cream that I used last night by Avane, using my ring fingers, and then just apply very gently just around the skin of my eyes, and this has definitely been helping as well. And once that's done, that is my skincare routine finished. So I hope you have enjoyed it, and I'll see you soon. Bye!